Wholesaling, lease options, marketing mastermind. Big good morning to everybody. Gil here. If you can hear me clearly and see the screen, I did share the webcam as well, so that should be popping up on your guys' screen here any second. Do let me know via the GoToWebinar control panel. Want to make sure you can see the screen and you can hear us coming out loud and clear. All right, so once again, big good morning to everybody. Glad to see you guys were able to transition and make sure you registered on our series here for the remainder of the month of April. You don't have to register multiple times. That's the convenient part. Once you register once, you'll be able to attend each of the 9 a.m. training sessions that we do have. They do run from Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Now, we use this as a primary training and support platform for the investors that are dialed into our network. Also as a means for our property scouts, our bird dogs, and our agents that we are doing business with to be able to get access to ongoing training. But most importantly, if they have an urgent question or they are stuck or any clarifications with regards to a particular lead, deal, or joint venture, then they know where to find us here at a consistent time and be able to get their questions answered and keep moving forward. Now, we do have replays of these sessions, so if in case you can't make the live one, you can attend or check out the video replays. And once the replays are uploaded, we do have a website that houses all of the original replays, and what I mean by that is it's the entire 9 a.m. session without any edited edited or segmented versions cut out. So for example, if we'll do like a session yesterday, I talked about my framework for building out my squeeze pages. I follow a very simple 4-step process in building out my squeeze pages. And during that session yesterday, we also addressed some interesting questions about wholesaling lease options, about marketing agreements, and a couple of objections that some of our investors were coming across. So the original replays do have all of that combined into that one particular video. Now, moving forward, we are going to start breaking down some of these videos into smaller bite-sized chunks. That way you'll be able to see the entire, get a feel for what happened in the entire 9 a.m. session, but you'll be able to watch specific videos zeroing in on, let's say, a question in that scenario. Or if I did a walkthrough or training exercise, then you'll be able to just jump to that particular training content. Some of you guys, we do have regular consultation calls throughout the day or throughout the week, so we are able to answer your questions in a timely manner and keep you moving forward. Some of you just log in for the additional marketing training, or you're having your teams and your virtual assistants log in here for training updates and the accountability reporting portion of the call. So welcome. If you're joining us, please confirm in the GoToWebinar control panel. We got a pretty jam-packed session here today. We got really fun reviews and comments off of the recent training sessions that we've had here in the 9 a.m. on building out your squeeze pages. And I did share some screenshots on how our squeeze pages are converting. Also, the type of information you can pull when you do have a properly set up marketing campaign for whatever type of motivated seller you are targeting. I think that's the biggest takeaway from that series. In the 4-step process that I walk you guys through when I build my squeeze pages, along with some recommendations on tools and vendors that we use to design these squeeze pages, right? I think the biggest takeaway there is to really put yourselves in the mind of the target audience or the motivated seller you are reaching out to, okay? Because there are slight differences between a homeowner that is looking to get top dollar as opposed to a homeowner that wants a cash offer because of their medical situation, or they have financial situation that needs to be addressed, right? So your squeeze pages are going to look different. The hook, the lead magnet, and the call to actions will change, And it's those small tweaks and changes that you apply to your squeeze pages that will allow you to capture more information, or at least have a high converting squeeze page. I showed you guys yesterday our squeeze pages are converting at about 60% for anybody that hits those squeeze pages. I'm going to take it a step further in this series and show you guys, because now that we've kind of put it out there on what is possible, or how high can you have your squeeze pages converting at. The next question is, what type of information can you pull, okay, from these squeeze pages, and are people actually opening the emails that you are sending them to allow you to build a relationship digitally, or to demonstrate value with that particular lead without spending countless hours in a day making phone calls, hitting voicemails. All right, so I'm going to expound on that further as we move forward in this series, but somebody was typing, we missed the screenshots yesterday. But you can calculate your conversion rate by factoring in how many unique visitors will land on your squeeze page and how many people ultimately opt into those squeeze page. So if you followed yesterday's series, Amy, I'll walk you through it right now. You take the total number of people that signed up on the squeeze page, and in this case that's 3,015, and you divide that by the number of unique clicks. Okay, you want to focus on unique clicks or unique visits, because somebody that visits your squeeze page 5 times, you don't count that in the overall conversion, right? Basically, it's a 1-to-1. So if Bill, Steve, and myself went to a squeeze page, that counts as 3. If I went to the squeeze page about 5 times because I was on the fence and I'm not sure whether or not I want to give up my name and email, maybe the hook or the lead magnet on the squeeze page wasn't good enough that I had to second guess or think about it, right? And I visited it 5 times, then again, that only counts as 1. So that doesn't make it 5 times for me, Bill, and Steve for a total of 7, right? So it's only 3 unique clicks. So you take the number of your total opt-ins and you divide it by the number of unique visitors that visit the landing page, and that should give you your conversion. And this little slide right here will show you guys, again, what is possible and give you a like a target metric or something to push for when it comes to the information that you can get, right? It doesn't have to stay or be limited to just a name and email. You can capture additional pieces of information and get a good feel or an understanding of their situation, right? So that's what I like about squeeze pages and setting these up online, is that they can run in an automated fashion, and it doesn't have to break the bank, right? You don't have to spend an arm and a leg to get these campaigns up and running, or to test something in your marketplace or area. Now, somebody had emailed me yesterday from our session inquiring, Gil, so we're going through the series on squeeze pages, and there are paid methods, right? There are paid methods out there with these squeeze pages for you to generate leads. Is there a way that we can do it, on a bootstrap? I like to call it the bootstrap method, or quote unquote free, or what's another super economical way? And I'll walk you guys through that in a simple way that you can kind of start to practice putting out lead magnets in the marketplace, generating leads, and start talking to whether you're marketing for sellers or you're marketing for buyers. And we'll walk you through that here today. And I'm also going to take you through, not only are we going to generate leads online, but I'll show you how we're literally going to put together a Podio account or a workspace, they call them workspaces, on how we manage these particular leads. So that's going to happen on today's session. We'll jump into that here in a bit. If you guys have any urgent questions, go ahead and type it in. Let me touch base with some of our panelists, see what's going on their end. Bill, how's it going?
Hey there, Gil.
Hello.
Going good,
hello.
man.
Any urgent updates on your end or from your coaching students?
Well, I just went out yesterday and made an offer on this dog property, man. It howled at the moon in the night. It's been bad. It was trashed up by the landlord, had to evict a tenant, and it was pretty rough.
Oof.
So I looked at it and ran the comps, and so I gave her an offer last night, and I just heard from her a minute ago. She said she'll get back to me by tomorrow. So
Perfect.
we'll see.
Okay, excellent, excellent. So good to hear. Sounds like you guys are business as usual, which is great. Again, that's what I love about having these live sessions. Not only do you get direct access or a direct component where you can interact with other investors, your accountability partners, and if you have a real estate coach or mentor, um, it allows us to, just keep flowing, right? You don't get stuck waiting for like a week, a month, trying to get an answer on a marketing question, or, it could be a deal. It could be something really juicy. Is Gil O in the session today? If Gil O is in
Hey,
this
Gail.
session, please let me know. Yes.
Yeah, just a quick tip here. I don't want this property. It's really in an area that, I don't particularly care for. But there are investors out there that, invest in that area. So I told the owner that up front. I said, look, I'm not buying this property. I'm going to, I said, because she's out of area, I said, I'll get the property moved for you, but I'm not going to buy it myself. I'm going to assign it to one of my investors. So I'm letting you know that up front. And so she says, well, I don't want you to tie my property up forever. I said, I'll tell you what. I said, let's do a 30-day exclusive. And after that, if I can't move it in 30 days, then the agreement will say that you can sell it to anybody that you want. And if you find another buyer and I don't, then you can go ahead and cancel our deal. So I just put that in there. So I tied it up for 30 days, and I'm going to market the property. And the main thing I'm looking to do, Gil, is to pick up a whole bunch of new cash buyers, especially cash buyers that would consider that area, because I got two other areas like that in town, and nobody can move their property. So if I can pick up some low-income type cash buyers, then I can go ahead and pick up properties in those areas and move them out quickly when no one else can. So that's one of the reasons I'm doing that. Second of all, it allows me to pick up all the newest cash buyers that are out there that got cash ready, willing, and able to go. And when those cash buyers call in, I'm going to do a detailed screening of those cash buyers, finding out what they're looking for, what kind of cash resources they have and when they're available, whether they get financing, whether they have cash or credit lines, how soon they're looking to buy and what they're looking to buy and where. So I'm really going to build up the cash buyers list for that. So I got a hot cash buyers list. I'll make up a little spreadsheet with all these cash buyers on what they're looking for and when, and I'll keep that with me at all times. Every time I'm looking for properties, I'll be looking on my list to see if any of these properties are going to fit for any of my cash buyers. And that way, anytime you're looking at properties, then you're thinking about those cash buyers at all time, and you can move your properties a lot quicker that way. So that's the whole purpose of me taking on this piece of junk property that I don't particularly want. It's just, it's a way of generating a lot more leads, and I might actually generate a lead of somebody that wants the property as well. So if you got a property like that, a property that nobody wants, put it under contract anyway and see what you can do with it. Back to you.
Yeah, definitely take that strategy. I was talking to another investor, and we do deals virtually in other markets, and they came across a particular property. Now they tried to tie it up with the option. It's a really good deal, and unfortunately, just a lesson for you guys, if you are going to go with the option document where you can, like what Bill said, you have the opportunity to remarket it. The homeowner knows you are doing a quick flip. You're going to assign it to an investor buyer, or to your partner, or to your money partner, or you're closing in a different company. However way you phrase it, whatever applies there to your business. But they used the option document, and they left a disclosure on there that they can cancel at any time. The seller can cancel at any time. And I would remove that disclosure if you're working on a killer deal. The numbers are good, and it's a property that you can flip. Because now they're in a position where I think they're trying to make like we're trying to do like a $25K wholesale fee on it. I think they're getting super greedy. Pigs get fat, hogs get slaughtered, or whatever the expression is. And so they're pushing for such a high margin. I mean, 5, 10K, their standard wholesaling fees is 3,000. So them trying to push for a 25K wholesale fee, I definitely think that's pushing it. And so they have a cash buyer, perfectly good cash buyer, multi-millionaire cash buyer. Everybody knows them in town, cash buyer. Okay? And so they keep trying to squeeze in a 25,000 wholesale fee. They're dealing with this perfectly good cash buyer. Homeowner is open to some negotiations, but if the homeowner finds out they're trying to make 25,000 and the going rate for a real estate commission or a wholesale fee is 3,000, then that deal can quickly unravel. So not only are they doing that, they left the disclosure, the line item on there saying that the homeowner can cancel at any time. There are documents and option docs that we use where that disclosure is on there. We use those on properties like Bill just mentioned where it's a little bit iffy. We can do the deal, it's possible, but we're still not quite sure. So we want the homeowner to still stay in our court, still do business with us, and that disclosure on there helps build the confidence and the trust and allows them, they're more comfortable signing it with that item on there. We can renew it if need be or do a price negotiation later on. But if you have a good deal on your hands, it's something that is most likely to move, you may want to go ahead and remove that and don't get crazy on the wholesale fee, right? Again, wholesale fees in that market are like 3,000 to 5,000. They're trying to push for something ridiculous on it. So I wouldn't be surprised if that deal totally unravels. But if it goes through, then that would be awesome, right? That would be fantastic. Okay, so Steve, go ahead and do a mic test, and let's jump into today's walkthrough. We're rolling out a strategy here for our virtual marketers and investors that are looking for something to do in the meantime because they just don't generate enough leads, so they're looking for other marketing campaigns that they can generate leads and get paid on. You there, Steve?
Yes, I am. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Do we have Podio lined up, ready to go? Where are we at on that?
Oh, it's all finished and beautiful.
All right, so we'll get we'll jump onto Podio here in a bit. Bill's going to add something with regards to the options dialogue or conversation we had earlier. Go ahead, Bill. I'll get ready here and go ahead.
Yeah, here's what's really important, Gil, is, if you've got a normal deal and you're looking for, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 options, correction assignment fee, then just do your normal either assignment, a contract, or your normal simultaneous or double closing, where you buy A to B and sell it B to C. But if you're looking to get a significant amount of money on the deal, like in our market, that would be $10,000 or above, then you definitely need to do a double closing. Or if you're going to be using an option strategy, what you want to do is execute a straight option, with no cancellation provision for the seller. And then at the same time you negotiate that option, you also want to have a notice of option or a notice of option contract or memorandum, whatever you use in your state, and have that signed and notarized by the seller and you, and then record that document down at the recorder's or clerk's office, whatever it is in your area where they record mortgages, so that you have an encumbrance on that property and the public knows that you have an interest in that property for a certain time period. That way, the seller can't turn around and try to cut you out of the deal. And also the unique thing about that, Gil, is you can sell your option without selling the property. So suppose you got this killer deal and, there's a $70,000 profit in the deal with little or no work, and you want 20 grand. Well, you can sell your option to an investor for $20,000 cash, close your option deal, and then the purchaser of your option can step into your shoes and buy the property from the seller. And that doesn't even show as public record because it's a personal property sale. Now you can have your attorney handle that for you, but they actually will what you're doing is you're doing an assignment of your option, which is personal property. It's not going to be recorded anywhere. And they step into your shoes, and what protects them is the fact that you have a notice of option secured against the property. That way, their money is secured because there's actually an encumbrance against the property.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really a good strategy to utilize, especially, if you're actually selling your option to a buyer that's trying to get financing. So that's the way to do it. If you're trying to protect your interest, you got to have something recorded at the recorder's or clerk's office to protect your interest in contract. Doesn't make any sense to do if you're only talking about small money. But if you're talking about big money, I'd say, most areas 10,000 or above, consider doing that. It's a way to that way the seller doesn't know what you collected, and also your interest is protected. Back to you.
Hope you guys took some good notes on that one. Do watch the replay on a couple other options and ways to protect yourself in that particular deal. Do not get greedy on your wholesale fees, right? Somebody here was typing in, why are they insisting on a 25? I don't know. I think it's a combination of factors. Deals have unraveled in their pipeline. I think it's part desperation, part greed, part just not listening to Gil. And, it's weird, it just happens. So it's one of those scenarios where, am I going to stand around banging my head against the wall, or, am I just, I'll just let life teach him a lesson. And if it goes through, it goes through. If it doesn't, it's okay. We have other deals in the pipeline. So, I know we are in a position where if that's a life lesson they got to learn, and if they're not going to take us up on our feedback and how we would do it, that's, they've got their big girl pants on and big boy pants. So that's up to them. Now, you guys should be able to see Craigslist on my screen right now. I'm going to walk you through, just applying what we're talking about. Planting lead magnets and generating leads out there in the marketplace. Majority of our bird dogs, property scouts, and investors that we network with do not generate enough marketing to keep them busy just Monday through Friday processing leads. You do about 1,000 yellow letters. That will bring you a handful of phone calls in a California market. Very small number, right? Not enough to keep you busy for 30 to 45 minutes a day. And so we've been racking our brains on, what else can we do marketing-wise and provide a channel for these newbies, these investors, these wholesalers, bird dogs, and property scouts to get practice in lead generation and marketing, get on the phone and talk to leads and pre-screen them, and ultimately put some money in their pocket so that they can recoup their marketing costs. Now, the strategy that I'm going to show with you guys here costs zero. It doesn't cost anything, but it will cost you a little bit of time, and I'll walk you through how this is going to work. We do have a number of those wholesalers already dialed in, so great to see you guys on here. This is especially for you. So this can apply to anybody that's on this webinar or wants to add additional marketing pipelines. Our wholesaling fees on these deals are going to range anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000. All you'll have to do is focus on lead generation, pre-screening, and once you have a good lead, you're going to assign it to our office, and then our team will proceed and move forward and get the deal and move the lead forward. Okay. Now, this is not it could be a quick turn type of deal where you may be able to structure a deal in 30 days or less. The fastest way to do a deal in 30 days or less is through paid marketing, right? It's just like internet marketing. You want to go on page one Google, you can pay to get in page one Google in under an hour, right? If you are looking to bootstrap and do things for free, it may take longer, but if you are in the game for the long haul and you're going to spend the next 3-6 months, the rest of the year anyway, then might as well add this to your tools and your daily activities. So yes, wholesaling fees on these are going to range from $2,000 to $5,000. You're going to focus on marketing and lead generation, and we'll partner with you on the deal. More of a long-term, few months down the line for majority of these deals. Okay. So here's how it's going to work. We are focusing on, right now we're on Craigslist.com, and we are doing these deals here in my backyard in a Los Angeles market. We've picked this market out because every single person on this webinar can jump on, do this, and the market is so big, there's a ton of leads out there available in the marketplace anyway. So we are going to be doing this in Inland Empire and Los Angeles County. So in today's example, I'll just focus on, should we do LA County or Inland Empire? I don't know, let's take a look at both and get a feel for which covers what area. All right, let's do LA County. And we'll do the single family or San Fernando Valley. Let's see what kind of hits we get there. So you just have to pick out the market or the area of Craigslist that you're going to farm. Now, we want to do this in an organized fashion, so you will need to contact Steve Clutch because he is going to segment and assign a particular location for you to farm and build out. Okay? That way, Jim, Bob, Mike, and Jane aren't posting all in the San Fernando Valley area. We want you guys to be in a good position to generate leads in these multiple links and territories. And you guys are going to be posting at different times. All right? You got to have an abundance mentality at the end of the day. And the nice thing about this is once you see success doing deals in an LA County, any other marketplace is easier to transition and go into. You'd really come out of the experience with a whole lot more confidence, and you've been able to successfully monetize your marketing activity. You're going to go to the housing section. So I'm focused on the San Fernando Valley area, and I'm going to go at housing, real estate for sale. Okay, and I am going to go under the buy owner. All right. Now, I do have some properties that I can market. I'm going to take you guys through the free strategy here. The concept is if you don't have a property, that's okay. I'll show you how you're going to instantly find a property that you can market. We're going to look at a 3-bedroom because we want to focus on properties that first-time home buyers can get into because there's a larger buying pool. Okay. Triple resident. Okay, so we've got a couple 3-bedrooms in here. Pricing is funky. How do we narrow this down? Any housing type. Price minimum. Let's go with 250,000 minimum price point to try to. I'm just looking for a decent, nice looking house. So you get people like Mexico oceanfront real estate for sale. They're marketing it in the wrong place, but they're trying to get additional eyeballs on their property, right? I mean, you guys have houses in Phoenix. What am I looking for here? I'm just looking for a nice first-time home buyer looking house, okay? So that I can so I have some photos to use. So we're not going to be able to use that. That doesn't look like well, you know what? Where is this? It's a nice house. It just doesn't look like a typical Los Angeles first-time home, right? So you're going to pick a house that applies to your local market and in your area that you can pull on there. So we're just going to keep looking here for an ad. Townhouse in Burbank. Single-family resident for sale. Okay. No townhouses. Here we go. This is doable. Right? I wish it was nicer, but we have a template that we can use. Okay, so we have a template that we can use. I'm going to keep that tab open. Yes, the idea is that this strategy will allow you to start talking to leads within the same week. So it's fast turnaround time. We'll partner with you on the transaction. We have acquisition in place. All you have to do is focus on marketing and lead generation. And we're going to walk you through the rest of the transaction as they come up, right? I'm looking for a house. Maybe if I type something like first-time home buyer. Yep, that's not going to work. Totally remodeled, gorgeous home. All right, 620,000, right about. Oh, this one doesn't have properties. I'm sorry, pictures. Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna work. That doesn't look like a typical LA home. Here we go. Ooh, that's okay, I guess. You know what? These are. If you don't see any in the FSBO section, if you're taking much longer, go on the buy broker section. They have some nice. They tend to have nicer ads. Really? A blurred picture? Alright, here we go. This is cool. This is okay. Yeah, I can live with this. We have one set template. I would rather have the outside of the house. 4-bedroom open house today, 420,000. Okay. They're okay. They're looking a little beat up. I'm trying to look for something a little bit, at least cleaned out, right? Even if it's especially if it's a for sale by owner, something that has been cleaned out. Nope, that's not a good one. So I'm going to bump it up in price. Hopefully we see some nicer looking properties. With pool, not on the MLS. Too old, too beat up. Open house today, 615, 450,000. All right, that's it, people. That's what we're looking for. Something like that. Okay, so this a house that's cool. Even just this picture, this one thing that I'm looking at, I'm looking for something like that where it's a nice outside picture. The inside's totally vacant and clean. That is okay. So I'm using this as my template that I'm going to use, right? And I'm going to proceed with downloading these photos. There's no copyright. There's no branding. It's not a company, so there's no logos on it. You want to make sure it's ownership. You can swipe the files. You don't have to get permission especially if it's copyrighted or owned by somebody else. Okay. Okay. So now we're gonna go ahead and start saving these individual files. Right. So I'm gonna use this and save image as. Just waiting for something to pop up here. Alright, so you guys, let's move this out of the way. Pictures. You know what? I'll keep this on here. So I'm going to type in a keyword, rent to own, Los Angeles. Okay. So you'll want to do that for each of these photos. The more pictures you upload, the better, right? For the purposes of getting through this exercise, I'll walk you through it step by step, but I don't want to resave each file. Resave each file on your system so you have more pictures that you can upload. I'm going to test out and see what one picture will do for you. Bill was explaining about closing a wholesale deal in a different way, and how should I explain to an attorney? I'm trying to change the way I close wholesale property, and title company did not work well. A to B, B to C transactions, Sayaka. Some people call them a concurrent close, simultaneous close. I think A to B, B to C, or a concurrent close would resonate with them pretty well. If you say double close, most title companies that do traditional real estate and don't work with investors will run, far from you. A to B, B to C, concurrent close seems to work well. All right, so now that you've got some pictures that you can market for properties, you're going to open a different internet browser. And in this case, I'll be using Firefox, all right? And I'm going to be using this to post my ad, okay? So this is the email account that I'm going to use to post my ad. And you guys can see this is stuff that we've been doing for a while now. We use them as lead magnets, but now that we have so many, investors and property scouts that are like, hey, what can we do to generate some leads and deals? We'd love to get started, and it's like, let's roll this out again. Okay, so I want to go ahead and post an ad in this area, so I'm just going to right click and go back to the single family housing. I'm going to post an ad, okay? Post an ad on here, and real estate for sale by owner. You're going to post this in two places, a for sale by owner, and you can also go under the for rent section and under the quote unquote the broker section. So you can post it in different categories. If you're licensed, definitely post it in the broker section. If you're not licensed, you can post it on there too. You don't have to be licensed in that to be able to post the ads. So we are looking for, wait, did we click on the right one? For sale by owner. Oh, I'm sorry. Housing offered is what we're going for. Housing offered. And then we're going to go to, here it is, real estate by broker, real estate by owner. I recommend posting in both so that you get traffic and you get more eyeballs on your ad. Now, there's different territories that you can post in. The only thing that's limiting you from posting in other territories is your schedule and your decision to do so, right? But the more you post, the idea is the more leads you'll generate, and the more leads you generate, the more sellers and buyers you talk to, the better it is for you to get to that step where you can do some deal structuring. If you're not talking to any leads, there's no way you're ever going to get to a deal structuring, get to the point of structuring your deals. Contact info. The contact info that I'm going to use here is from a Gmail account that we have specifically set up for this one lead source. I like to track my lead sources and have separate emails, separate phones for them so that we know how the campaign is performing. Do we tweak it? Do we stop? Or do we put some money behind it? What ad are we using? 1 second, guys. I should have to pull it up here. Okay. So I have a separate email account that I've created. And if you use your personal one, you're going to get bombarded by tons of emails. So that's why we don't recommend that. So for the purposes of tracking and organization, have a separate email account, right? Phone number. We're going to put a phone number on here. You always want to put a phone number if your goal is to have a quick turnaround time and be able to do business with your leads quickly. So we are going to put a phone number on there. And if you guys need tracking numbers, you can check out either Callfire or Vumber. I like Callfire better. Okay, and you can purchase local phone numbers on there. So, want to make sure you have a tracking number on the particular ad. Now, in this case, users can contact me by phone. They can contact me by text. So I'm going to check both items. And let me get a number here that we can use. Okay, so the tracking number that I'm going to use is this one right here. And for the contact name, I'm going to put my assistant's name on here. Just put your name. That way, when they call, they can look for you, Anthony, you, Susie, or whoever it is. Posting title. There's a template that I like to follow. It just makes it easier on posting, and I don't rack my brains with trying to come up with ad copies. These are stuff that we have tested. We currently use them, and we still do as long as it still continues to bring in good leads. So this will be in the swipe files so that you guys will be able to do this. Yes, we are rolling this out for LA County on our boots in the ground here in the area. So what's the ad? It's going to be rent-to-own dream home. Now we don't want it to be Menifee. We're going to put something. We're going to put rent-to-own dream home Los Angeles, and I'm going to put the phone number on there so that they can call in. Right? Specific locations. I'm just going to put Los Angeles on here. I'm not going to put a specific location. And postal code, you definitely want to pick out a postal code in your market or territory. Foothill, Silmar. So does this have an address by any chance? Let's see. Right. If you don't have a specific property to market, you can go on Craigslist, get a property on there, and you have two options. You can put their contact information, or you can put yours and then forward it to them at the end of the day, right? If you're just using this as a lead magnet. These particular list of leads we can monetize. And so that's why I say put your own phone number in the ad. There's no specific property zip code on here. So you want to go ahead and put the desirable zip code in your particular market. In this area, let's see, where is this? Foothills, Silmar, don't have an idea, but we do need to put in a zip code. I don't have my zip code research with me, but you will find, you want to put a zip code here on the areas that you are farming and tracking. So let me go on Google Maps. Get a zip code in an area that is in demand. Okay, so I'm looking at a zip code. So let's say we'll do El Monte. Should we do Monrovia? Rosemead. Alright, so we'll do Rosemead as an area here. So we'll do Rosemead, because that is an area we are farming. Zip codes in Rosemead. 91770. Okay, so now I have a zip code in Rosemead that we can use for my ad. 91770, was it? 91770. Posting body, I'm just going to use my nice little template on here, since we have a template that we can swipe and follow, and I'm just literally going to copy everything in this ad and paste it over. Now obviously we will have to change a few things, that's not a problem. Okay, so you definitely want to you're going to customize this ad based on a few things. One, you're going to want to make sure that your own tracking number is on there. Los Angeles, and then we are farming Rosemead, right, as a territory, for example, and we're going to put the tracking number on there. So you want to make sure that your tracking number is placed correctly, and we have it placed in 3 parts of these ads: at the very top, in the middle, and towards the end of the ad. That way, as they read the ad, there is a clear call to action, and we want them to call, so that we can quickly process them. In this case, I don't have specific rent credits, but normally we'll do about 10% rent credits. Back through rent to own. Now, monthly rent. So if we are in Rosemead, right? So let's take a look at what the going rental properties rent rates are in Rosemead for a single family house. The more accurate you are with your information, the better it is for the person reading the ad. You can also just keep it very brief and generic. Test out both methods. I'm just filling everything out here so that we can all see how that one looks like. I'm going to go housing, and I'll type Rosemead. And this is also an easy way for you to see what the going prices are in your area for a property. So Rosemead house, 3-bedroom, we'll consider pet. 12 p.m. Monday, avoid scams, blah, blah, blah. So they're asking 1,500, 1,900, 3,200, 1,100. So it looks like 1,500 seems to be a good price point or a growing, going rate. So this is what a 3-2. This is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath townhouse for 1,800. So in my ad, I'm just gonna price it. Let's say we'll go with like 1,800 a month, right? Rent credits would be 10% for X months. You can go 12 months, 24 months. There isn't a specific property that this is tied to. So when a tenant buyer will call or inquire about the property, we'll give them an overview of how a rent-to-own program works, right? Get dollars back rent to own when you pay your rent on time. Total rent credits. Inquire for more. Call for more information. Call or email for more information. Again, I don't have a specific property that I have under contract that I'm marketing. I am using this as a lead magnet, right? Call or email for more information. You may also schedule an appointment. Option deposit. Call and ask about our down payment assistance programs. This has been one of the most effective hooks that we have used in any of our rent-to-own or lease option marketing pieces. Hold on one second. There's like a giant spider walking across. Don't want that falling on me later. Lease option term, 2 years. We'll put it for 2 years. Leave the house number blank. Okay, so we're going to leave this address blank. We're just going to put Rosemead, California. Zip code, let's go with 917. I'll leave the zip code blank. Property features. Now, these are pretty generic property features, and so you can take away some, you can add some based on what's applicable and what's going, what is in demand there in your area. You can keep all of these on there if you're just using this as a lead magnet. You can use your imagination. Again, it's a property that we're using as a lead magnet. So the information on here, once you've filled this part out, you can just copy paste this, and then you can use that to replace the rest of the information you have to fill in down here. So I'll just add this towards the end. Lease option term, 2 years. Terms, 12-month lease option price, so we'll leave this one blank. And we'll just take this out. Terms, 12-month lease options. High ceiling, great condition, turnkey, refrigerator, highly desirable, and schools and neighborhood. Property details. I don't have specific, I don't have a website for this, right? We're just using this as a lead magnet, so I'm going to upload my photos on there. You can, where do you get these stats for houses, right? So this approximate 1,600 square foot living space, yada yada. You can go on Zillow.com, right? You can go on Zillow.com. This is if you really want to be pretty specific about your ad, but as a lead magnet, it can be generic. What you want to focus on is the area. You're focused on the area that you're farming. So you're matching that particular property with the area that you are currently working. So if I go with Rosemead, California, yeah, you can also use Zillow if not Craigslist, because on Zillow it is easier to find Rosemead. Like for example, this house, $2,800 a month. You know what? I think I may have to update my ad based on this house that we just found here. So this is pretty cool, right? Yeah, we would. This looks way more appealing and nicer, huh? More people would respond to this. So these are the pictures. So I may update my rent on here. Let's put $2,000 a month. How much rent? $1,800. We may just want to go with $2,000 a month to make it more applicable to our area. Okay, so now that we have the ad terms, I'll just go ahead and delete all the terms. We want to keep it pretty, we want to keep it generic. And I think I double pasted this, so we'll delete all this here on the bottom. Yeah, this is all duplicate info. And there is our ad. I'll put our call to action and details again on here. Approximate these stats, maybe I'll just go on Zillow and go with this, right? Ta-da! Or you can leave it blank. Either way, you just have to have a property in an area that you're farming to build your list of tenant buyers. Posting details, square footage. So I'm going to match that with my square footage. Say 2,300 square feet. Price, I'll put the rental amount, and this is a 5-bed, for example. Bathrooms is 3. Apartment is a housing type. Land, apartment, condo. Where's single family? House, there we go. Laundry, I'll leave that one blank. Parking. Let's go with attached garage. First time home buyers like that kind of stuff. We don't have to show it in the maps. And there we go. Should give us an option to add photos. There we go. So this guy, Is this an agent? Is there any copyright or company branding? No, pretty generic, right? You can also just go on stock photos to find nice single families, houses that you can use, right? Add an image. The more pictures, the better. That way it gives your tenant buyers an idea of, what are first time home buyer properties, or what are houses that they can take a look at and check out. Done with images. And there you go. Okay, contact is information. There's contact info on there. And we are going to publish the ad. So it's going to ask for confirmation. These normally come pretty quickly, right? So if you guys noticed it, just as we clicked it, it asked us to verify and submit. Anyone important, follow these email to publish your ad. So we clicked on their link. We're going to accept the terms of use. Now it's going to require phone verification before proceeding and moving forward. So we are going to go ahead and go with the phone verification. That's why this strategy works really well for people that are doing their own marketing, because you won't have a problem putting a landline or a phone number or a cell phone number or a direct number that they can reach you at. Okay, so we're going to request a call. That should come in here shortly. It should come in on my, oh no, my phone, my Sky. Okay, there we go. Hopefully you guys can hear that. Turn up the volume on the speakers. So that is... Did we
Do not share your Craigslist passcode for any reason. Any request for it is a scam. Your Craigslist secret passcode is 54874. Once again, your code is 54874. If you are not validating a Craigslist account, please disregard.
All right, so I don't know if you guys heard that, but Craigslist just called me. Craigslist just called me. And so we verified the ad. Exceptionally effective tool and marketing channel for those that are doing their own marketing, because you will have to have a direct line that they can call you on. They do pick up on little nuances, like if you're using virtual phone numbers. So you want to have a hard line, a cell phone, a landline to make sure it's effective, and you will use that line dedicated for marketing on Craigslist. So now we have our post up on here. It's a rent-to-own dream home in Los Angeles. Looks like a nice little piece of property. There's some information on how the program works. Why does it say blank rose mead? Oh well, whatever. And so now people are going to start calling this phone number, which is 626-419-4753. Okay, perfect. So that is a tracking number for us. And I am interested to see how many people start replying. Okay, so for those of you that are looking to do additional marketing, or if you are in our network, right, we are officially rolling this out as a joint venture marketing or deal pipeline. Wholesaling fees would range anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000. Now, you're going to start to get emails for people. You're going to start to get emails from people inquiring about the property. Those leads will now go into your CRM tool. Steve, this is the part where you jump on. Do a mic test for me, please. Are you on self-mute or a hard mute? Let me get... Oh, you know what? You're on a hard mute. Go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hey, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Well, good morning. You got an early start to your day today. Podio link, please. Workspace. So
you just log in using your username and you'll have access to it.
okay.
It's called Tenant Buyers.
So keep in mind, my position right now is somebody that is partnering with Gil's company or with the investor, and I am marketing for leads for this joint venture or this marketing and deal pipeline. Okay. And so what's going to happen next is you're going to get calls, and I'm going to get calls and emails inquiring about a rent-to-own property. It's in LA. There is no specific property that I have under contract, quote unquote, at the moment, right? I'm looking for tenant buyers who are interested in the rent-to-own program and are looking to transition into home ownership. Okay, so leads are going to come into the inbox. What's the name of the workspace, Steve?
Tenant Buyers.
Tenant buyers, fewer workspaces. Open.
You might have to click more workspaces since you have a bunch.
What email address did you send it to?
The Increase My Business one.
Add my Gmail address. I don't have it.
Your normal Gmail?
Yes. Please. Right, so once you start pre-screening your leads, you're going to enter them into our CRM tool. That way you can get credit for the lead. We can partner. There's no confusion on where the lead had come from. And you have a nice little database of leads that you are building out on. Right? We picked LA because it's such a big market. Anybody can jump in on this and start their marketing, especially those that, the people that we've been talking to, newbies and other wholesalers that are looking to fill in all the available time on their hands, since they're not generating enough marketing to be able to do deals. Did you add it, Steve? Let me just holler and interrupt me, please.
Yeah, you should get an email.
Okay.
But yeah, I added you. Yeah, maybe you'll see it now. I see you online.
How do I get access to the swipe files? Toya, that's going to be in the replay post. And since you're in our market, we'll go ahead and we'll be coordinating this with you. Steve's going to help get you started on this if you're going to do this marketing pipeline. I'm going to log out and log back in because I haven't gotten it yet.
Look all the way at the bottom of your list.
Yeah, that's
It might be in a
definitely what
different
I'm doing.
section since I created it.
What in the world is going on? Gee, I increased my business.
Screen share. Show me your screen.
Added to the workspace. I'm just going to open this. I don't know how you guys set it up. There we go. Okay, so once you start getting leads in your inbox or phone calls start calling in, all right, you're going to enter them into the CRM tool or the workspace that we will assign for you. Tim says, what is the down payment assistance programs? They pay whatever they can. They pay a portion down now, and then the rest is collected in the form of a note. 0% interest, a certain percentage interest, that's up to you and your business model depending on what you guys can handle or structure. But a portion now and then the rest later on. Some investors have been able to successfully use this as a simple way to double their revenue just by increasing their option deposits. Now again, you don't want to get greedy. Stay well within what's acceptable in your areas or a reasonable rate. Right? Don't go collecting 10,000 down now and another 50,000 on the back end. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. So once you have a good lead, you're going to enter it here inside of the workspace so that we can track your leads and we can give you feedback and communicate with you with regards to the leads. You can monitor the status and you will be able to track your information and your leads. Okay, so this is what it looks like, right? This is the screen. You will have an individual link that is coded specifically to you so that you can enter your leads in. We're going to give you a very similar web space just like this one. and go ahead to start to enter the leads. So when a tenant buyer calls and responds to your ad, this is the information that you are going to fill out, right? First name, last name, best phone number, second phone number, email address. I am looking to just rent or transition into home ownership, right? You want to verify that they are looking to transition into home ownership. We'll have a separate session maybe tomorrow where we'll talk about the pre-screening side. Or for those of you that are going to roll this out, we'll have a separate conference call for you guys so that you can effectively pre-screen these tenant buyers. You're going to find out how many bedrooms they want, how many bathrooms they're looking for, what's the highest rent in their budget that they're willing to do, and the option deposit that they have for a down payment. You'll also take note of their credit score, if they've had a bankruptcy or foreclosure, and what is their availability for showings, right? So very simple form. That's the process. Lead magnet goes on Craigslist. What's our lead magnet? A rent-to-own property for first-time home buyers and for tenant buyers. People will call you. You enter the lead here inside of the CRM tool. I use Podio. They will email you, respond to the email, get on the phone, pre-screen them, and then enter them into the system. Okay? Do not enter the leads into Podio unless you've talked to the lead. Okay, we want to focus on you guys having conversations, quality conversations, and getting good at deeper questioning and talking to your leads. Okay, so that is the process. Pretty simple, straightforward. Toya, I know this is something we're going to roll out through you. I was going to talk to you about that. I was just thinking about it yesterday too on the way home on other ways we can generate some marketing. But is it clear to you how all this works? Is it something that you can start doing yourself? I have you unmuted, Toya. Do you have a microphone? Test, test, mic test. Toya self-muted her, so she might be at work. We surprised Toya. But does it make sense, at least for anybody that's on the session, right? Let's say if you wanted to roll this out, is it something that, are the instructions pretty clear? Let me know, send me some feedback. Celine John, Tim B says yes. Okay, perfect. So Tim, you can roll this out in your area, or you can roll it out in LA County, right? And then we can process and work the leads and partner with you on the deal. Calvin says yes. Okay, perfect. Makes total sense, says Gil. Oh, okay, great. Celine has a really good question. What if the owner of the house that was advertised on Craigslist sees your ad with their picture in your ad being advertised for rent with the option? Have you ever encountered that problem? I never have. I never have, not once, right? Now, if you follow the guidelines that I showed you, you're using a house, okay, an image of a property. You're combining it with some information on a local territory that you're farming, and you can find that information on Zillow, okay? The information in the ad points towards your rent-to-own program. And so, the owner, I don't know how they're going to find that specific ad. You guys saw me pull up ads, and it's hard enough for me to find a nice single-family home. It's never happened to me. Some investors I find are too aggressive, where they will literally copy-paste somebody else's ad. Okay, now there's two schools of thought there. If you copy-paste somebody else's ad, at least put their phone number on the ad, and you will capture the emails for those leads. Okay, what does that do? That helps whoever owns that property get additional exposure. Now, if they call you, the worst thing that they can do is ask you to remove the ad. So just remove it, right? Get it off there. Never happened to me, not once. Steve, has a homeowner ever called you on Craigslist from the ad, from similar marketing that I've gone through?
Yeah, I talk to homeowners all day. No, I've never had that happen.
Specific to this scenario, right? And guys, in this particular,
all I did full time was tenant buyer campaign for like 6 months, and I had never had that happen once.
Okay. So if you notice, right? This ad this Gmail account we've had open since 2012, like maybe late 2012. There's 177 emails. I'll show you another slide here. Who asked that question? That was a really good question. Celine. Craigslist. Nope, can't show that. This one, Craigslist postings. These ads were being posted since 2011. All right, as a lead farming and marketing tool. Never had that problem. So if you copy paste somebody's entire ad, at least put their phone number so that people will call on their ad. Okay, they get extra horsepower, they get exposure. If they ask for them to remove it, remove it. Other people prefer to call the homeowner and get their permission to market their property, or to use the exact same information. You're copy pasting somebody's entire ad, so you can ask for their information. Let them know that you have there are people interested in your area, there are people interested in this type of property in an area that they have, or in the area of their property. And so if you can refer some people over to them, would they be okay with that? Right? Now, if you're just starting out, I don't recommend asking for a fee. Our goal here is to build tenant buyer list, build a list magnet that is effective, that will constantly bring you new leads. If you are comfortable asking for a referral fee, then try it. If nobody's saying yes, you need to change your approach, right? Get your priorities straight. This is a list building so that you have a pipeline of these leads that we can close on here in the next couple months, or actually do business with. Okay, so that's my feedback there, Celine. Different ways you can approach it, and never had any problems or encountered that. Toya, sorry about that. I don't know how to work the mic on my laptop. I'm very interested in working the Craigslist ads. Don't be scared to post the ads, says Gil O. He's in a Long Beach market, right? And again, super hyper competitive. And that is it. Wholesaling fees, assignment fees, joint ventures, call them whatever you want. Depends on your marketplace, whatever works, clicks, and which terms you can use. But the payouts on these are going to range from $2,000 to $5,000. We are working with these tenant buyers, offering a total solution, credit repair programs. We take the approach right now, and we're testing this out, but we've added a component where we are bringing additional value for our tenant buyers by providing credit repair at no cost, unless we achieve the desired result. We have had cases where they'll do the credit repair and they'll just offer them for free. So they will use that as a means to build trust, to build a relationship with the lead. And then there's also lenders that can help the tenant buyer transition. At the very least, you want to have credit repair in place. Whether that's a paid option or another. Now, how do we put this thing on steroids for those of you that are just dedicated to marketing and build automated funnels? Where's my little inbox there? So you're going to start to get leads here for tenant buyers, right? Now, they all need credit repair. Majority of them will, because they can't buy a house right now. They can't get financing. Chances are it's because of their credit. They have something blocking it. Credit repair companies and courses or tips, there are affiliate programs for those. So even if you just started building a list of tenant buyers, start sending them credit repair offers and solutions, you can generate affiliate commissions and an online revenue from that pipeline for your business. And you can use that to reinvest into marketing. Okay, what I am proposing is that you build a pipeline online of these leads first. Enter them into the Podio account or the CRM tool that we will assign to you, and let's put these people in some homes. All right, because that's what they're looking to do. Let's help them out, and we'll partner on those particular deals. You will need to have a conversation with Steve Clutch with regards to markets, because we want to segment and dedicate a territory to you. Okay, that way it puts you in the best possible position for conversion, and we don't have. Why have 100 people post in single family, San Fernando Family Valley, when we can have 100 people sprinkled out, around the whole county, cover the whole territory, and dominate the marketplace, right? That's what I'm thinking, and So yeah, that's it. Any questions related to this? Toya, I'll make sure that my marketing team will reach out to you. You will need a Craigslist account. You will need to watch this video and see how to post on Craigslist. And you will need a dedicated link that is assigned to you so that leads are tracked, right? There's no confusion on who brought in what lead. How are we hooking up on Podio? Tim, we just have to send you a link to the Podio account. Steve, I think with regards to the Podio web link, if we can add a field in here for who brought the lead in, so they have to enter their name. Does that make sense? That way we don't have 100 workspaces. We'll have one workspace for this pipeline, this joint venture pipeline, and then they will enter, fill in. So instead of credit score, it's going to say your name, and that way we know who gets credit for the lead. Does that make sense? You are on self-mute, by the way.
Yeah, that was already, got it.
All right, perfect. Okie dokie. Chris says, I got some ideas for lead generations. Is something you can type right now, Chris, or should we take that up on another session? But yeah, that's it, guys. So I'm going to send this email out to our Property Scout, our Bird Dog Network, so that you guys who are looking for something to fill your time, if you're not talking to sellers every day, if you're not talking to buyers every day, then you got to roll this out. Otherwise, 30, 60, 90 days is going to pass, and chances are you'll still find yourself in the same position. You've sent direct mail, but no, no leads to really call, or it's just not a big enough budget for you to gain solid traction. Awesome. So replay is going to go out to the group. We'll post it here today. Thanks for joining the session. And Mr. Steve T, I think we are trying to get you on tomorrow's session so we can record your video. Gil O, I got your notes on, did you type in your web address and your office address? Do me a favor, Gil, if you can type in, or just email me your company business mailing address and the website. That way we can finally roll out the pending video for you. Chris says, yeah, that's one way to do it, Chris. That's definitely one way to do it. I like the approach of one workspace per lead source, per JV pipeline, and then they just enter their name and field on here. I don't recommend you have a drop-down menu where they get to pick their name. We've had some shady investors try to reverse engineer our pipelines and try to go, scoop up our staff, our teams, our investors. Little lessons you learn the longer you are in the industry, I guess. And so it's hilarious. Even my virtual assistants, right? The thing is, though, they've been working with us for so long. Like, they tell us, and it's so funny how they try to pull that kind of stuff. I mean, it boggles my mind. Yeah, so you can assign user IDs, you can assign numbers, team names, different ways you can protect your company. I think Steve just added something to the sheeter. Did you tinker with it already? No, I do like, it's super robust. Web apps, iPhone, smartphone apps, all that good stuff. All right, so that is it. So thanks for hopping up on the session, guys. My name is Gil on behalf of Steve and Bill. Thank you for joining us. If you are interested in rolling this out, partnering up, get you talking to some leads and joint venture on some deals. This is a quick turnaround time in terms of lead generation. I'm going to log back into this account in a couple of days to see what kind of hits we get, and also share with the group how many phone calls we get, right? Next week, we are going to cover we're going to continue our series, just making sure everybody's good on the squeeze pages side of things. And I'm also going to be talking about other marketing that we're going to be rolling out here in the next couple of weeks. Outside of that, thanks for joining us. Do contact Steve Clutch. You can reach him, and the number will be posted on here. If you guys are watching this video on YouTube, The contact information to get started will be in the YouTube channel description or in the blog post of the channel that you're watching in. It might be on one of our content contributors or on the website of one of our local managers. Go ahead and contact them so that you can get started marketing, talking to some sellers. And some of you are already doing extensive marketing and you're on the hunt for additional pipelines of income or revenue. Take a look at this pipeline, test it out, and hopefully we get a chance to do business with you long term. My name is Gil. We'll see you on the next live session. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.